My name is Gabriel Brehm, and I am a mathematics and computer science dual major at Western Oregon University.
Hello, I'm Cassidy Ryan. I go to Western Oregon University and I study computer science with a minor in mathematics.
Hi, my name is Jensen Almquist, and I will be graduating from Western Oregon University with a major in computer science.
Hi, my name's Tanner Hill. I'm a student at Western Oregon University, and I'm going to be graduating with a major in computer science and a minor in art and design.
Our group is called the Alphabytes, and our project is called FODfinder. We're building a website that aims to help people with IBS. IBS is a syndrome that many people suffer from. Millions of people in the US alone suffer from IBS. And IBS symptoms can be triggered by really common foods that aren't always labeled in grocery stores. So it's hard for people with IBS to sometimes tell what foods are going to be triggering their symptoms.
What is IBS? IBS stands for Irritable Bowel Syndrome. It's a common disorder that affects the large intestine. It is not very well understood, and a diagnosis is usually based simply on the presence of the symptoms. It's caused by a variety of foods, generally ones that are high in FODMAP content, and symptoms can include diarrhea, constipation, bloating, abdominal cramps, and additionally, you can experience more than one symptom at the same time.
So FODMAP stands for fermentable oligosaccharides, disaccharides, monosaccharides, and polyols. These are small carbohydrates that tend to draw a lot of water into the gut as well as generate a lot of gas. They especially cause problems often in IBS sufferers, and a diet low in high FODMAP foods can often help reduce symptoms for those with IBS.
So how does the website help? With the website, you can explore foods and identify high FODMAP content in case you're trying to avoid that. You can also personalize how foods are analyzed based on labeling ingredients. You can create shareable lists so that other people can be aware of your food sensitivities. Finally, with the ability to scan barcodes with an accompanying mobile app, the application becomes both portable and more convenient.
We'd now like to give you a small demonstration of what our website does.
Let's begin with the food search. So we can go up here, we can click this button, food search, on the top left, and it brings us to this page. This is powered by the USDA Food Data Central. And what that means is we're able to search for practically any food that you've ever seen or heard of from any grocery store or a supermarket that you have been to. We can click this little drop-down menu here, and then we can select to search by name or by UPC. Right there we have that, and we can do the exact phrase search. We can leave that disabled or enabled if we chose, and we can include or exclude any ingredients we want to see. So I'm going to include carrots because I want to see carrots in the results that we search for. And I'm going to add that to make sure that's applied. And I'm going to exclude dextrose because I do not want to see dextrose in any of the results we get. So click add for that one. And then we're going to go to the top of the search bar and we're going to type in beef soup because that is what I'm interested in at this point. We're going to spell soup right. There we go. And we're going to hit go. Now, there are tons of results here. We're not interested in all of them, but I assure you that all of them have included carrots and don't have any dextrose. We only have time to look at one. So what we're going to do is we're going to look at beef and barley soup. Right there, from Back to Nature. And we can see, it takes us to this details page. So what we see on the left hand, we have the name and the manufacturer of this food. We have the list of ingredients, and you'll notice that there are two ingredients there. Peas and garlic powder are both highlighted red. That is because those are high FODMAP ingredients based on our database, which is based on research we've done. We also have the UPC, the serving size, and the rating. So this food is considered a high FODMAP food because it could contain up to 6.43% high FODMAP ingredients, namely peas and garlic powder. So the way we determine that is every ingredient contains or comprises a certain percentage of the total food. And we use some mathematics to determine what the maximum percentage any ingredient could be. And then we determined which ones were high FODMAP, and then we added them up and did some more math magic. And we ended up with this score. So that's how we score our foods. We rank them based on their percentage of high FODMAP ingredients. On the right here, you can see we have a nutrition labels facts. We're actually able to this is interactive. We can put in a different number of grams. We can see if we tried putting in 980 grams, we change the number of calories, the percentages of the vitamins and minerals and other contents of it, and we can use these arrows on the left of it if you want to increase or decrease them by a single gram. The next thing we're going to do is look over at the labels.
So another cool feature on our website is the ability to label different ingredients to give users a more personalized experience. So we have 3 labels that users can give ingredients. We have high risk, low risk, and blacklist. So a user can mark an ingredient as high risk if it causes issues for them personally, or low risk if there's an ingredient that we're labeling as high risk, but they find that they personally don't have issues with. And they can also blacklist ingredients that they just don't really want to be eating for a separate reason outside of IBS symptoms. So we can go ahead and add a label for high risk to tomatoes. Let's say tomatoes are making our user, causing our user some issues. We can label peas as low risk because let's say that our user just hasn't had any issues with those. They don't find that it triggers symptoms. And let's blacklist beef because maybe our user is vegetarian. And if we refresh the page, we can now see that tomatoes are now highlighted as high risk, peas are no longer highlighted, and beef is labeled as blacklist. So that's got its own separate label. And it even has a label at the bottom to alert the user that there's a blacklisted ingredient in this food. You'll also notice that the ranking is now changed. It was 6.43%. Now, based on the user's input, it's ranked at 7%. Another thing users can do is view what other people have labeled as high risk. So these are ingredients that might not be in our database as being high FODMAP, but you can go to a page and see what other users have labeled. So you can see there's a chart that gives you a visual representation of what people are finding to be high risk, and below that you can see all of the ingredients listed out with how many users have labeled them as high risk. And next we'll go back to the food details page that we were just on, and we're going to talk about lists.
So now back on the details page, see the user has the ability to save a food that they're looking at to any list they'd created before. So here we're going to go ahead and save it to our list called dinner. And then if we go and click on our profile, that would go to the My List section of the website. And from here you can see the list that we've created as well as the ability to create a new list. So let's view that list dinner that we just saved to. And there's the beef and barley soup, as well as some foods that we had already saved here before. So if we click on the beef and barley soup again, see it takes us right back to the details page for that, just like where we were at before. And if we go back here, you can see we have the ability to rename or delete the lists and the items on the list as we see fit. And we'll also see up here there's a print list option. And if we click on this, it will take us to a PDF printable version of this list that we can use for whatever we see fit. Like if you want to print it out to be able to take it to the store and use it as a shopping list. And from here, if we go back again, we can go to the user search. And if we go ahead and look up Mike Jones here, see his profile, and we open that up, and here we can see some of his basic information as well as the list that he has saved. And we'll go ahead and click on his list called favorites, and here we can view all of the things that he has saved to this list, and we can also be able to print these lists as well. And from here we will switch over to the mobile app, and Tanner will show some of the features there.
This is the FODfinder companion application for Android. As you can see, there's information similar to what you would find on the homepage of the actual site, including features currently available as well as those to come. We'll start by taking a look at the information page, where we find, again, information similar to what one would find on the website. You have information on IBS to start, with links to sources where you can find more information. All of these sources are free to access and contain all the information we use to write the information pages. Also important, we have another tab with the information on FODmaps, the focus of most of the functionality for the web and mobile apps. Again, at the bottom, you can see the sources. Next, we'll take a look at the search feature, with an icon available in the top right to begin searching for foods. We'll start with a text-based search. Beansy. As you can see, only one result is available for this particular misspelling. So let's look for something that'll give us more results. Something like oatmeal. As you can see, there are many results showing the product, its brand, and its UPC. Clicking on our result, we're brought to a page with even more information, including the FODMAP score, in this case indicated to be low based on its ingredients. Going back, you can view more items in the list. Next, we'll try searching by UPC. Whether you have the full number or just part of one, the search will still look for results containing all the numbers you entered. Of course, the more specific you are, the fewer results you'll have to choose from. Since we only entered 4 numbers here, there are quite a few. Additionally, you can scan the barcode of a product in order to obtain its UPC. This is very convenient if you're on the go or the text-based search isn't quite precise enough for you. And there we go, high FODMAP soup. As you can see by the ingredients highlighted in red on the page, while this is the current extent of the functionality of the app, we hope to have more features coming soon.
We'd like to thank you for taking the time to watch our video. We hope you enjoyed it, and we hope you have a great rest of the day.